Hi, welcome to another Derek Does. Today, we're going to do these. Hi, welcome back to another Derek Does. Today, we're going to be talking about the Newsboy Cap, the apple crate. There's many names for this style of cap, but I always call it a Newsboy Cap or just a cap because it's not a hat, it's a cap. It's different because it like caps the head, I guess, instead of a hat that adorns the head. Who knows? I really love these type of styles of caps. I've had a bunch throughout the years, but there's a few that keep coming back that I discover that's my favorite. And I'm going to kind of show you those. I've got a few caps. I have, there's a few, I guess you could say. A lot of these are my son's, who's also now into caps. And I still have a couple that I just had for years. This particular cap I'm wearing right now is an 8-panel cap. It's actually made by Hat People out of Oregon. This one does not have a leather band. It's more of a fabric. And it's loose. It's kind of like a place up in Oregon that used to make caps. I think they still do. I bought this cap probably 20 years ago. And I think I have 2 of them. And then I have a dark one from them also. Hat People. I'm sure they've changed their logos a little bit. And this is what we would refer to as a full or extra full cut. You could order these in different cuts and sizes and that sort of thing. I like a fuller cut. I like it, and obviously with Pinky Blinders coming out, this is that cap kind of they wore. It's a very common cap, particularly in Europe and England, in that area, because the workmen, basically people with working jobs, not blue collar or white collar jobs, but guys who actually did stuff, physical labor, would have a cap like this. It keeps your head warm. It stays out of the way. It can the wool actually will keep you a little bit dry if it's really rainy, that sort of thing. And I really like them, so I thought I'd do a video about the 8-panel Newsboy Cap because it's one of my favorite caps. If you like this sort of content, please subscribe. Derek Does a lot of stuff like this, and I just started last week the derekdoes.com, where actually I have one of these caps for sale up there. So things that I'm showing here, plus other stuff, will be online that you can purchase yourself. Like this is something I recently picked up because I could not pass it up. This is an old Knox, and Knox, I don't know if you can see that. Knox is a traditional fedora type hat company. They make fedoras just like Kavanaugh or Stetson or Lee or any of those companies that make fedoras. They also make, and Stetson does the same thing too, they also made these knit 8-panel caps. Now they call them an 8-panel cap is because if you look at a cap, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels that make it up. So it's like 8 wedges, and they're sewn together, and then they have a brim usually, and then it's usually a snapped brim that snaps down. You can leave it up. The Hat People, they don't do that. They don't go quite that effort. It's just a safety pin, I think, that holds it, but it's fine. And then they always will have, usually, a leather band that goes around it. This hat, obviously I would keep it if I could, but it's a size 6 7/8 or something, and I'm a 7 3/4. So, no, sorry, not 7 3/4, 7 3/8. 7 3/4 is a big hat. I have a kind of a bigger head, but it's not a 7 3/4. It's a 7 3/8 head. So that's my size. This is a 6. What did I say? 7? No, this is a 6 7/8 size. It's on the webpage. So it's too small for me. I mean, as you can see, it just fits on top. So it's too small for me. But it's a really nice hat. Really great shape. Just has a little tear in the lining on the inside that no one's going to see. And I would say it's probably from the 40s. Just judging from everything, the construction and everything like that. Now the other hat I have too is also from Hat People here. These are the two Hat People hats I have in two different colors, just so if, depending on your mood or your color of your jacket, you can either go with a lighter hat or a darker hat. These are both the same. That's what I have. Now I also have a couple hats here from a great hat manufacturer, local guy, not local, he's in LA. I used to live in LA, so I call him local. But so he's in Los Angeles, Monsivais. And you can see here, that's his logo, Monsivais. And he's been specializing for quite a few years of making these great vintage 8-panel caps. He makes other things too. He makes jeans now and jackets, but he started making these 8-panel caps, and they're pretty close to what you could get original. And he would even find material vintage, and it would turn it into these caps. I actually found out about him because he bought one of his first sewing machines from me. If you watch the channel, you know I deal with industrial sewing machines, and he has since really taken off, I think so, and makes just a spectacular cap. This was my first one I got from him. And again, it's the classic. It's very similar to this because I kind of wanted to duplicate this. This one is now my son's. And again, he does the leather band. This one isn't lined completely like that Knox was. It's just lined, although the logo's long since worn away. But this was on a 7. These are all the same size. My son's the same size as I am. But you can see he makes this lovely one. And then I went later and I got a darker one. Again, that's his. Totally check that place out because I think you're really going to like what you see in there. And he can do custom stuff too. And I know he even would find like an old suit sometimes that was like a really great shape, but the wool was just fantastic on it. And he turned into a cap. It was kind of neat. But it's the same style. You know, it's got the lining on the inside, leather band, 8 panels. And then I just got my son this one for his birthday with a pair of matching pants. And this was, as you can see, this is more of a denim material, more so than wool. So this is more of a lighter weight work hat, but it's really a nice looking cap. So let's take a look at some of the caps. I'll do some close-ups and you can kind of see up close the details and features of the caps themselves. Now there was a cap I don't have anymore that was really cool. I picked up a cap and I'll try to find some pictures of it and throw it up here as I'm talking. It was a cap I got on eBay probably 10 years ago. A guy was selling it. It was an original Sears Newsboy cap from 1935, and it came in the original box. It came with the paperwork that the original owner had purchased. He had bought a pair of pants and a couple other things in the hat. And it even had, because it was 1935, the guy was in Illinois, Chicago, and he got a thing from Sears talking about the new income tax that was part of the buying and selling of clothing and everything, and about how it would cost this amount. I don't remember how much it was, but hopefully I have a picture of the receipt of what it cost. It was like really nothing for this cap, and it was really fantastic cap. I loved it. It's the original cardboard box it came in. The trouble was it was a 7.5, and it was too big for me, so I couldn't wear it, and I felt bad just hanging on to it, and no one's ever going to see it. So eventually I did sell it. I'm not sure if the person who bought it displayed it or if they wore it. I don't know, but let's take a look at some of the caps up close. So this is the hat I was wearing just a second ago, and you can see it's a lot lighter, floppier. It's an easy hat you can throw like in a pocket if you need to, if you go inside. And you can see that they just use random pieces of fabric for the inside. Nothing, it's neat, but it's not like fanciness. This one they used the complete one. This was again the Hat People, and you can see that, and it's just hatpeople.com. These are both wool. Actually, they're all wool except for this one. This is the Monsivais Co. You can see it's Los Angeles, and really nice leather, really nice tweed there. almost like a Harris tweed, but not quite. Classic button, that's how an 8-panel cap is. This one's a little lighter because it's not really lined, it's just lined on this side, and then he covered over the seams there with a piece of tape. Again, the leather band. And then this is the original Knox, and you can see this is what a true 1940s cap would look like. Obviously, they've been wearing these hats since the 1800s, but this is the oldest one I have currently. And you can see it's really nicely done. They matched everything really well with this really nice pattern. And here you can see it's got the leather band. This one they actually, because it's a major label, they actually have a press that presses Knox Fifth Avenue into this one. This one's kind of interesting too, because this is the llama tweed cap. And I looked up what llama tweed is, and is actually llama hair, or not quite alpaca, but llama is used in the wool. So it's a softer wool than, say, this one, which is just a pure wool. This one's a little softer, and you can actually feel it. It's almost a cashmere feeling because it's a different type of animal. And then, of course, this is the other one we have, Monsivais, and same setup. And you can see it's got the leather band. It's lined that way, but it's with this printed denimish material there. Kind of the classic 1930s. This is kind of what this is. This is like a 1930s style cap for workmen. This would be just an everyday 40s cap, and the rest are kind of copies of that. The thing is that these things do, again, I told you I've had this cap for 20 years. It shows that I've had it for 20 years. And I don't baby my caps. I wear them, I let them rain, I let snow, I let anything happen to them, because for me, clothing is meant to be worn. And that's kind of why I got rid of that old Sears cap, is because I felt bad not doing anything with it. I like to have it worn. Oh, we've got a friend today. This is Nicky. He's come to check out the caps. Now, if we're lucky, he'll probably just plop down on them. We'll see. He may not, though. Nope, he's just checking them out. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about the 8-panel cap. It might be something that you might want. I like the fuller cuts. I think they look better than that more of the Scottish or English kind of the caps that are like the kangaroo one, the Kangles or whatever they're called, are a little more streamlined. I don't like that. I like this sort of style. But I'll just kind of show you. This is the one I have right now. This is the Monsivais. This is the other Hat People cap. And back to my tried and true, which I've had forever. So again, these are 8-panel caps. They're newsboys, apple crates, they're pinky blinders now, probably people call them. If you like it, find one that you like, pick it up. Make sure you get the right size, because don't get a hat that's one size fits all or something like that. Get a hat that is kind of close to your size, because you get what you pay for, so you might as well get a hat that is going to fit you particularly and be good probably for 20 years or more. I'm sure I can get a few more years out of this cap. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Newsboy section. Again, if you like this sort of content, please subscribe. I'm always going to have new stuff out there, and check out my new DerekDoes.com, and you can see and pick up a few things maybe you see on the videos. So I will see you on the next Derek Does.